Hi, this is Warren Jessup of Big Island Pool Service. I've got a question for you today. Is your cover doing the job it's supposed to be? Well, for many of you, and probably most of you it is, but I know there are still quite a few people out in Puna with the wrong kind of covers on their tanks, and this leads to green water in the tank. You've got the proper kind of mesh cover, you won't have any problem at all with water being anything but crystal clear. So if you've got any green stuff growing inside your tank, or if the water ever turns green, that lets you know it's time to replace your cover. Get the kind that'll give you the quality of water that you need. So the primary purpose of a cover is to prevent light from getting into the tank so that algae doesn't grow. If you do have a cover that lets in too much light, this is what it'll look like. Of course, algae bodies in the water create a slight cloudiness. If they get going real strong, they'll make a dense cloudiness. And simple Clorox will kill them, but the problem is they come right back if you don't have the right cover. So it's important to make sure you get a cover that only has 1% transmittance and 99% blockage. That way you'll be able to keep your water crystal clear. So after a while of having the chlorine concentration raised, the algae will die, and you'll end up with a proper blue-green cyan color, which is because water absorbs red light. So what you end up seeing is the opposite of red, which is cyan or blue-green. Now you know why the sky's blue and why the ocean's blue. So once you get it there, everything clarifies. You can safely raise the chlorine percentage of your catchment tank to probably 10 parts per million, because chlorine, if it's left wide open like this in bright sun with a little breeze blowing, has a 20-minute half-life, which means in 20 minutes your 10 parts per million will go down to 5 parts per million. Then another 20 minutes it's down to 2.5 parts per million. So as you can see, in just a matter of an hour and 20 minutes, you can take it from 10 parts per million down to a 1 part per million, and then close up your tank with your cover, and everything will be gorgeous. Of course, you should always try to employ a charcoal or carbon filter somewhere in line between your pump and your house. That way you can have the benefits of chlorine in your tank and none of the downside of chlorine in your house. Okay, so here's what it looks like when we're through. The algae is now all dead. It's not completely gone. The water is not absolutely clear, but you can certainly see through it well enough to see the bottom, as we did before, but now there's no more green in it. And what little tiny microscopic algae bodies are in the water, they will either settle out to the bottom or they will get caught in the filter. This customer uses knee-high stockings, nylon stockings, for the water inlets from the roof, and that works really well. You can use those, or you can use nylon paint strainers, 1 gallon size. They both work really well. They have their ups and downs. None of them is a perfect thing. The biggest part depends upon you making sure that they're changed and clean so that they don't get blocked up with too much detritus and leaf matter. And your tank will stay really clean. Makes it really easy to clean to where you have perfect water.